This is the best chipping tip I have ever had. I have literally given it to thousands of my students. And what it has to do with is the handle and the club head. And when you understand this, your chipping is going to drastically improve. And at the end, I'm going to share with you something you can do to fix the chipping yips. Now, let's talk about chipping. And let's talk about what we want to do. So we want to have the ball, of course, in the center of the stance, and we want to hit slightly down on the golf ball. Now, here's what a lot of you might not be understanding or thinking about, is that the handle and the club head need to move in the same direction on the initial takeaway. And if they do, you're going to improve your chipping. Now, what does that look like? Well, when we're sitting in here, the handle and the club head can go one of two directions. It can go towards the target, or it can go away from the target. If you're struggling with your chipping, it might look something like this. The butt end goes towards the target while the club head goes away from the target. Everybody see that? So the butt end goes towards, club head goes away from the target. When I do that motion this way, handle towards, club head away, this de-lofts the golf club. So the ball comes out really low and really hot. The other part that happens is when we do that is it moves the bottom of the swing backwards. So when the handle goes towards the target and the club head goes around, this moves the bottom of the swing backwards. Well, what we want to feel is the butt end and the club head moving the same direction initially. So notice the difference between this motion and this motion. Let me go ahead and just hit a shot here real quick. Now you could see that came out a little bit softer, a little higher, and rolled out more like a putt. Could you notice the difference between where they were? Nick, did you notice the difference at all? Nick, okay, good. Nick noticed the difference. All right, we got the thumbs up. Hey, we love hearing where you're from, so throw that in there too. Now, what are some things that you could do to help you understand if you're making this mistake? Let's do this. I got an alignment rod right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the alignment rod halfway between the ball and my toe line. And we've got a ton of great videos on the setup and ball position and all those things. You can check those out. But today we're talking about this one specific tip that I literally give all of my students. When you're sitting there, how do you know if you're making this mistake? If the butt end goes towards the target, as I mentioned, and the club head goes away, all right, you'll notice from the down the line view that the club head goes inside the alignment rod. Okay, so the handle's on the outside, the club head is on the inside of the alignment rod. This is a death move when it comes to chipping. But when I make the suggestion to you of moving the handle and the club head in the same direction, notice where the club head swings now. It swings out in front and it stays on that side of the alignment rod. So let me go ahead and hit another one. Then we're going to talk about a drill that we can do to really exaggerate that feel. So here we go. I'm going to move the handle and the club head the same direction. The one tip I give all of my students. Okay, that was even a little bit better. You could hear the sound. It was solid, it was clean, it landed and it rolled out like a putt. Now what if you're just struggling with the chipping yips? Here's a couple things you could do. Number one of my favorite drills, you know this, is to just hit some shots with your trail hand only. This is a great drill to help you get a feel for how the club initially moves away from the golf ball when we hit a good chip shot. You would never do this when you grab the club with just your trail hand. You would never do that initially. It just doesn't feel natural. This feels natural. Notice the difference? Notice where the club head and the handle are moving in the same direction. That would be one thing you could do if you're struggling with the chipping yips. The second thing that you could do, this might be a little drastic, but it works, is to take your lead hand and place it lower than your trail hand. So it's more like this. It's the reverse. It's lead hand low, and just make some motions this way. Once again, you would never naturally go like that. So what we're learning here today is that the initial direction of the butt end of the club and the club head need to go the same direction. They need to go away from the target. Go ahead and hit one for you like that. So lead hand, trail hand, there we go. Okay, best one yet. Maybe I should try that out. I don't know. What does Nick think? Maybe I should try that out a little bit, huh? It's working pretty good. Yeah, all right, we got the thumbs up. So now that you've learned the one tip I give all of my students, check out my other video where we talk about the 3 chipping mistakes almost all amateur golfers make.